Wisdom Dose with Sona Forward.
Wow! Welcome to August. As you know, we are still on our topic, character.
This is not how to do things. We should be able to instill discipline into our children. Unfortunately, we have lost that. No teacher will want to beat now because he is afraid that if I go ahead and do that, the parents will come. The human rights people will come. The what have you. The people we are copying, they are trying to correct their own ills now. But we are now going the way they are trying to move away from. God will help us.
Keep following Wisdom Dose with Sona Forward every Saturday. Be part of the committed people ready to build a healthier society.
Wisdom Dose with Sona Forward. Communicating value, impacting lives.
So we have lost character in the entire society. And for us to fix that, we have a lot of work to do. The elders in the society, the clergy, our so-called politicians who I can say they are not good mentors to us. They lack character because their brain is when you get there, they want to go and steal money. Though they will be telling you, no, they are not stealing money. But it shows everywhere because somebody will go to office and within the next 2-3 years, what you cannot achieve 20-30 years before you go to office, you will achieve it. And you look at what that person is being paid. If you are being paid, even you are being paid $2 million per month, are you not spending $2 million part of the money? That you now build a mansion that was several 200-300 million naira. So it shows everywhere. And somebody coming behind say, I want to be like that person. How he got his wealth or what have you want to be like that person. So why can't you go stepwise? So those are the problems we have. Until when we decide to go back to how it used to be, where the character, the moral, the ethical values were there, the personality. You don't want people to say, oh, what kind of a person is this? Your behavior, your actions will show that you are of a good character. The problem is that we keep on going down the drain. If we cannot retrace our steps to how this country was in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, even early 90s, cannot retrace our steps, then we keep on going down the drain. If it is like that. But you see, somebody will tell you, oh, you saw a bag containing dollars or what have you. It does not belong to me. Why can't I return it to the owner? You saw this one, something going bad. If I see a child going the wrong way, why can't I correct? Unfortunately, you say, Kokomi, or when you correct, even the parents of that person will come to you. Kilofi, what's the problem? Is it your own child? Please leave my own child alone. You will see they will beat your son in school or daughter in school. The next thing you go and fight the teacher, you go and fight the proprietor. So we are trying to teach them bad character. Like leave my children alone, whatever. And you will not train them at home. So there was a time I was called from my last born school. When they told me about everything, I went there and said, don't call me again. Whenever this boy, please discipline him. I'm paying for it. I'm paying for his education and moral corrections. You must do. If you call me again, I said, if you want me to sign a paper for you, let me sign for you. Though I know I don't want you to enjoy him or what have you. But that doesn't take away discipline. That doesn't take away that you must scold him. But calling me because you saw one thing and say, let the father come. For what? Something you should beat. When we were in secondary school, if they ask you to call your father, you dare not go and call that father because that father will have dealt with you in such a way that before you get to school, you say, Baba, he knows you and But now it is not so. When you discover something in your child or son or daughter, the next thing is, who beat you? You want to go. There was a time they brought a son here. They said, a boy here. The parents went to report out of UK. They said I should write medical report. I said, I'm not going to write medical report. What did this boy do? By the time they told me what the boy did, and I told the father, I said, look, what you are doing is very, very bad. If you want me to treat this boy, I will treat. But I'm not going to write a medical report that you're not going to use to pursue one useless judgment against the child who beats you. This is not how to do things. We should be able to still instill discipline into our children. Unfortunately, we have lost that. No teacher will want to beat now because he is afraid that if I go ahead and do that, the parents will come. The human rights people will come. The what have you. The people we are copying, they are trying to correct their own ills now. But we are now going the way they are trying to move away from. God will help us.
Keep following Wisdom Dose with Sona Forward every Saturday. Be part of the committed people ready to build a healthier society.
Wisdom Dose with Sonaford, communicating value, impacting lives.
To restore character back to our society, we need all hands to be on the deck. Number one, let our politicians try as much as possible to redefine their own character, their own lifestyle. Let them live within the means of their income. Don't let them try to, that I will spend only 4 years in office. By the time I'm leaving office, I become an instant billionaire. It is useless because you are going to leave it in this world. And you make it, you are not even trying to help the needy. You are keeping it to fund the next election. That is craziness. They need to take them to Aro or Yaba or Wosi for treatment. Number two, our clergy. If you say you are a clergyman, either imam, afa, pastor, evangelist, geo, what you are there for, what God called you to do, is to call people to his repentance and to his kingdom, not to come and enrich their land. I'm not saying you cannot enrich yourself. I'm not saying, well, what do we need in this world? If you have a roof over your head, you have a car that can take your children to school, you can afford 3 square meal, and you can help 1 or 2 people, it's enough. Not that you must have billions in your account that is useless to you. It is useless to you, let me tell you that, because when you say somebody is rich, it's not the amount of money you have in your bank account, nor the houses built, nor the number of cars. There was one politician, he will show Bentley, he will show Rolls Royce, he will show what have you, be singing. And this man is a crazy man. If people don't know, you don't need to applaud such a person. You don't need it. Even if you sell one of those cars, can you imagine how many people you will save their lives? Or if you invest in education or health of people. Unfortunately, that is what we celebrate, and you see some people want to celebrate, we want to be like them, which is very, very wrong. And as an individual too, let us be mentors to people coming behind us. Let them see that character in us. For adventure, people will say, no, I think morally I want to be like so person. Ethically, I want to be like so person. In terms of my personality, my behavior, my responsibility to the society, I want to be like so person. In our family, let us try and restore. And by the time we do that, maybe God will look down from heaven and say, yes, let me heal this land. And God will heal our land. Thank you very much.
Wisdom Dose with Sonaford.
Daddy and mommy, uncle and auntie, my brother and sister, Wisdom Dose with Sonaford is for you.
In an era where our values, our norms have been seriously eroded, I'm sure that listening to Wisdom Dose with Sonaford will go a long way to change our perception about what life is all about, and also encourage us that this life is worth living.
Don't miss it. Watch it. Share it.
Join Wisdom Dose with Sonaford.
8 p.m. every Saturday, and dare not miss Wisdom Dose with Sonaford.
Join us to communicate values impacting lives.
Wisdom Dose with Sonaford, communicating value, impacting lives.